This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tyson, ready to get ripping with some Friday night Edmonton Oilers discussion. And my friends, let me tell you, this one I'm starting off hot. Simply put, is the fact that the Oilers have a goaltender, right? We kind of were yelling about that at most parts during the season of why are you not playing Stuart Skinner? He gives us our best chance to win night in, night out. And then Mike Smith leads us to Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals with the list of injuries he had. Fantastic. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to complain about that. That's what we needed. We needed to get there. Now it's about going further next year. Now, here's the problem. Are you the kind of person that believes that Stuart Skinner is that guy to get you to that next step? Because this is where the question comes, and this is what I'm proposing here. Should the Oilers be looking for a goalie, or should the Oilers be looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner? And now here's the thing. With that statement, that is a big, bad, bold statement, because on the surface it looks like, oh, well, Stuart Skinner's the solution, and we're just going to run with an unproven rookie to get us back where we were this year. No. The thing of the matter, right, is think about it. The Oilers signed Mikko Koskinen to a $4.5 million deal after just before trading away Cam Talbot. So we had no clear starter, and Mikko Koskinen proceeded to cost us the rest of the season that year under new management, Keith Gretzky and Ken Hitchcock. It was not pretty. We all know that. We're rid of Koskinen now. So that safety blanket's gone. That liability blanket, whatever you want to call it, is gone. My friends, you have two, hopefully, wide open spaces in goaltending, and I am, without a doubt, full team Mike Smith retirement, simply because if you're from Alberta, you're involved at all in the hockey community, you hear how passionate he is about what his kids are doing, you see how long his hockey tenure has gone, you see how long and deep into the playoffs he's gone this season. I don't see why you don't just ride on out on what will more than likely be the highest high of your NHL career that you can possibly have to end it, and go on and enjoy retirement and train the next generation of Smith kids to hit the NHL. Quite honestly, that's what I'm looking at. So, under the assumption that you've got two wide open spaces for goaltending next year, Stuart Skinner, without a doubt, is one of them. 100%. And when it comes to the question of asking, are you looking for a goaltender, or are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner? That's the question at hand here for the Oilers. And you got to remember where the Oilers were at when Stuart Skinner was playing the majority of his games, who the head coach was when Stuart Skinner was playing the majority of his games, and quickly answer yourself, actually, I'd like to see what Bakersfield's best goalie in a long time, under Bakersfield's best coach in a long time, who just so happens to be our NHL head coach, what he could do with that opportunity. That's all I'm saying here. So folks, let's just quickly humor me and let me allow an image to come on over here. And I've just got to work in my different file folders now, because I've got a lot of folders on my computer. A man stayed busy even though he's not posting on YouTube. Hey, don't kid yourself. I get around on the old media side of things sometimes. And there you go. There's the graphic I'm looking for. So let's just take a look at this. Mikko Koskinen led the way this season with 27 wins, all right? As much flack as we give this guy, he still won us 27 games this year. That ain't bad, because, my friends, that is more than any other goaltenders we started combined won us. Obviously, you get into the playoffs, and that's a whole different formula. But anyway, then you have Mike Smith with 16, and in 13 games played, you have Stuart Skinner, who split his decisions 6-6. He had a .262 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. Had it not been for that incredible stretch from Smith under Jay Woodcroft, we'd be talking still to this day about Stuart Skinner being the absolute end-all, be-all of Oilers goaltending this season when it comes to the best goalie. However, right, Smith's got the edge in the save percentage. Skinner had his shutout right there. There's your baseline numbers. I don't need to explain any further because I do not want to use Skinner's analytics to argue why you're looking for a backup for him if you go Skinner plus. Because quite honestly, it's under Dave Tippett, and it don't matter anymore because Jay Woodcroft is the head coach, and that's all we got to focus on. Skinner, here's the argument, right? You've got a guy who came in and did that last year at a time when you needed it most. Those 6 wins by Skinner, quite honestly, could have been, at the time, the 6 most critical wins the Oilers got that season. I don't think that's up for argument. So, given that, a guy who held steady in what was his rookie season, he started 1 game last year, his NHL career record is 7-6, but here you go, he comes in and holds you steady through what was a scary time to be an Oilers fan this season, and long run short of it, you end up in the conference finals. In no small part thanks to Stuart Skinner. So, you've got a guy who was able to weather the worst storm of the season, provided you 50-50 results under a head coach that got canned not shortly after. All right? You see where I'm trending here? Is the fact that, you know what, this is a guy that is your future at current. I don't care what you think about Stuart Skinner because, folks, if you think he's not the future, you are wrong. That is simply put. Whether he's the future backup for the next 10 years, like a Laurent Brossoit to Cam Talbot, or whether you think he is your starter moving forward into next year, he is the future in goal in Edmonton. That's the end-all be-all of it. So, from there we build out. Are you looking for a goaltender, or are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner? And that's again where we get to those dividing questions. If you're looking for a goaltender, you're looking to split time. Stuart Skinner is your man 50% of the time, and hopefully he can be a guy who wins 58 to 65% of his games. Because if the other guy is the guy you brought in to split time, he's going to win 60 to 70% of his games. Obviously, that's why you brought him in to split time. And there you go. That's what you're getting from your goaltending next season. Or B, are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner in the sense, I've strung you along this far, here it is. In the sense of game 1, Stuart Skinner is your starter. Win or lose, game 2, unless it's a back-to-back, Stuart Skinner is your starter. Win or lose, game 3, Stuart Skinner is your starter. From there, you start making decisions. And it's not a split time decision. It's, is the other guy getting more time, or is Stuart Skinner bucking this season? Is he the guy that we're going to ride all the way down this crazy train to try and get past the conference finals? That's the question. Are you looking for a guy who is the end-all, be-all insurance policy in case Stuart Skinner is not the guy for you next season? That's what I'm asking when I say, are you looking for a backup to Skinner? It is not, are you looking for a backup like some random guy in the NHL that's going to back up games? No, you're not looking for, who is that guy we had? Can't think of it, but you get who I'm going. One of the, Troy Grosnick. That's the guy I'm thinking of. Right, are you looking for a Troy Grosnick, or are you looking for a Jack Campbell? And that's what I'm saying is in this situation, when I ask the question, are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner, you are looking for a Jack Campbell. If you are looking for a goaltender, you are looking for Ville Husso, right? Those are the two most popular names that a guy that's been working his tail off all June is getting sent to him every day. Those are the two names. But to boil it down, that's how you split up what you're looking for. Are you looking for a guy to split time? Yes, you're looking for a goaltender. Are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner? You're looking for Jack Campbell. And I don't care what you think of Jack Campbell. I'm sorry. You know what? He is the end-all, be-all insurance policy to Stuart Skinner, right? He was, by no fault of his own, the starter in Toronto this year because Peter Mrazek just up and threw the cards in the air and picked him up the rest of the season, and that's how he played. End of the day, right? Jack Campbell was your starter in Toronto this year, and I'm not sitting here saying, well, okay, Skinner fails. Skinner's the guy we're going to ride to the Cup final, because didn't happen for Toronto, more than likely won't happen for Edmonton. However, right, he is a guy that played in a high-pressure market like Toronto, is a guy that did pretty decent, and is a guy that, you know what, as soon as Skinner's foot stumbles, would be rip-raring, ready to go to be that fill-in. You're going to have to pay him a pretty penny, but you'll have to pay Husso a pretty penny too. And at the end of the day, it's just a decision about what you're looking for. Are you looking for a goaltender, or are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner? And again, don't vilify me for asking a question that you think stupid, because it's not. It is a question of Stuart Skinner is the future in Edmonton. What future is he? And that, are you looking for a backup to Stuart Skinner, is the question about the future. Because do you need an insurance policy? If so, look for a backup to Stuart Skinner. If you're looking for the surefire way to win games, which I hope the Oilers are, ease the rookie into it. But if you are, you know what? You go out there and you get a goaltender. Folks, that's all I've got for you tonight. It's Friday night. Go out, enjoy it. You know what? Half of the people who are normally watch Dolynny TV on a Friday night are at Garth Brooks, okay? And you know where I'm going to be tomorrow night? At Garth Brooks. So you know what? Let's go have a great weekend. Folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Up on out of here, and I'll catch you tomorrow live from Commonwealth, friends. Oh yeah, I'm going to rub it right in your face if you're not going. Have a good night.